Hello, my beautiful people. Welcome to our channel. I am Woven, and on this channel, we share all things travel, lifestyle, finance, and sometimes tradition. And on today's video, it's a continuation of our careers and earnings series. So the intro is not going to be long today, but what I want you guys to please assist me with is to make sure that you like the video and you engage so that it just gets a bit more traction, and we have seen that in our last video. Thank you very much for the engagement. So please make sure that you give it a thumbs up. It actually creates activity on the video, and we reach a greater audience. And also, I have not asked you guys to subscribe in a very long time, so please take this time to subscribe if you're enjoying the content, right? So on careers and earnings, and guys, I do not want to neglect the other part of the family, people that came here for the traditional content, for the lifestyle content. So I am going to add in a bit more lifestyle. Please support those videos as much as you support the career and finance, just so that no one is left out. Okay, so today's video, we are talking the health fraternity. Health and social sciences, is that what it's called? Medicine. That's where we are at today. And thank you so much, everyone that came through. So what I'm picking up is there's a lot more that's coming through. Like I did indicate, actuarial. I now have financial advisors. I also got administrators in the, again, health sector. I got someone in sales. Yeah, I'm getting quite a bit. So thank you so much, guys. I will not be able to cover everything in this video, but I will then obviously, as the more I receive, the more I will share. Today, I did indicate we are looking at the health sector. I did get in doctors, pharmacy, nursing, the private sector. But I also want to share, because in our last video, if you haven't watched that yet, here's the link. I got in an intern, metallurgical engineering. I hope I'm not butchering that. So this time around, I got in someone that is then registered or certified metallurgical engineer. I will start with that, and then we get into the health sector. They also, I did get a couple of requests as well to say do a couple of fields, but guys, I can only share what I'm receiving because I'm not an expert in all the fields. So I can only share what I receive. So if you're in logistics, public management, if you're in economics, oil and gas, hydrogen, please come through. So I did indicate to first kick off with the engineering. I also received civil engineering. In our next episode, I will share. The first one is Hi Woven. I am XYZ. I'm 26, metallurgical engineer, and I think my career is slept on. When I saw these earnings, I was like, I am one of the people that slept on your career, my brother. I have about 1 year and 6 months of experience, and I make about 40,000 net each month with 1 year and 6 months experience. You know, when my mom was saying go to school, I'll be like, Meme, there's no school today. If I took her serious, I would be here earning 40,000 net with 1 year, 6 months experience as a trainee. As a trainee. And then they continue to say, but I thought this may interest you. On a good month, I will make upwards 100K gross on a bad month. On a bad month. Look at other children's bad months. I will make 50,000 gross on a bad month. Well done. With 1 year, 6 months of experience on a bad month, they make 50,000. And guys, when I share this, I would really encourage you to do more research, because finance is just one part of career. There's more to it. So before you make a decision just based on the salaries, I implore you to please do additional just the research, which I do not have. I'm bringing this part. But let's look at this gentleman's earnings. So they were very honest. They shared a couple of pay slips so that you can just see. On a good month, 100K. On a bad month, okay, bad month. You're blessed, my brother. So let's look at his earnings. The first pay slip we have here, position trainee, Metallurgical engineering. Basic salary is 36,752 Namibian dollars. Again, it's equivalent to the South African rand. Then they have housing allowance of 162. Then there's another housing allowance of a 4,000. And then they have taxable earnings of 55,128. And then they have overtime. Again, all the employers that pay their employees overtime, we love you guys. Then there's double overtime at a different rate. It's 7 hours for 2,891. And then we have nighttime, $26. Nighttime again. And then we have standby allowance. You recognize people's time. And you as an employer, you are doing well, darling. And then in terms of deductions, they've got tax. Then they have another tax of 25,000. Somebody's gross salary. Then they have MAEE contribution of 1,000, and then they have provident fund. So what I'm seeing here is they are contributing to the provident fund 2.9, and then the company also contributes 4.4. In total, if my math does not fail me, they are about 7 point something in terms of contribution to their pension/provident fund. And one day I'll share what the difference is between a pension and a provident fund, guys. I like that they are contributing about that much in terms of earnings. Total earnings is 103,000 and a good month, 103 upwards. Their net pay is 70. They are 26 years old. I did tell you. They have 1 year and 6 months of experience in metallurgical engineering. Their net on this pay slip is 71,642 Namibian dollars. Well done, son. You are doing amazing. And again, if you are not inspired by this, I don't know what is going to inspire you. Let's look at another pay slip of theirs. They shared, and on this one, their basic salary is, Lord, the basic salary here is 43,711. So what I'm picking up, right, is that the mines do quite a bit of overtime. And the overtime jacks up the earnings. But even without overtime, this basic salary is 43,711. And then we have overtime and housing allowance. And the total earnings for this month, 70,720. Still, their nets, their take home is 51,000 Namibian dollars. But what I'm seeing here is there's a birthday bonus balance. So they're probably sacrificing a bit of their salary, or the employer gives them a birthday bonus, again, which is a very good thing. Because I saw there's different balances on the birthday bonuses, on the birthday bonus with each month. Well done. Let's look at the last pay slip, because why I'm sharing this is in our last video, we did see that there was an intern again in metallurgical engineering. They were earning 22,000. Now this specific person has their degree. They are a trainee metallurgical engineer. And let's look at the other mouths. One thing about me, I will go back to school. No university is ready for me. So let's look at this payslip. You can't touch me. You cannot touch me. Because my take home is $84,298. My family would need to beg me to wash dishes when I take home that much. I would not even wash dishes. Right now, I just wash dishes because 80. Okay, so let's look at this specific payslip. They earn, their basic salary is 43,711, and then they have housing allowance, back pay. I like it. And then they have an interim BB payout. What is that? Interim BB payout? Birthday bonus? That's nice. The total earnings on this payslip was 104,000. Their total deductions is 20,000. So what I'm probably picking up here is, I don't know what this structure is showing me, but at 100,000, and the tax is 16,000. I think maybe their bonus is tax free. I don't really know. Take home as a metallurgical engineering at 26 years old with 1 year, 6 months of experience. $84,298. Personally, I'm proud. Personally, I'm inspired. Personally, I'm motivated. I'm definitely going back to school, going to study electricity and mining. But yeah, so if you are looking at, this type of career path, if it was just about finances, 100% would recommend. But then there was another lady that commented on YouTube. I just need to find the comment. Just hold on. Because I think this is very important to consider as you're doing your research. Sorry guys, I cannot find the comment. I will try to find it, but I believe it was from Verena, right? Because I know Verena. The comment was around just to exercise caution and also highlighting the risks that are within the mining sector. There's, in terms of retrenchment, turnover, staff turnover, that is something you need to take into consideration because they pay that well also, because sometimes the working environment, you're working with chemicals and all this. So those are some of the things to take into consideration, right, in the mining sector. And then someone else was like, no, those are just a few. A lot of the people are underpaid. They did not substantiate their comment. So again, it's just important that you do your due diligence and you research properly before you take on any career. But mostly you make sure that you're actually enjoying what you're going to do, what you're going to study. Now, let us look at our health sector. Number one, I just want to thank everybody that's in the health sector that has decided that, not has decided, but I just believe it's a calling for you to actually be in the health fraternity, especially frontline nurses, doctors, paramedics. Yeah, people's lives depend on you, and you guys execute your roles with so much grace, I believe it's a calling. If you can do well in that sector, if you save lives every day, I mean, yeah, no, no, let's take a moment to because our lives are literally in this field's hands, right? So let's start. What I did get is I got a doctor, and thank you very much. They outlined exactly what it is that they did, their journey. They're still in government. Then I got nursing in private. Then I got pharmacy. I also got administration in the health sector. But let's see how far we can go without making the video too long, because I still want you guys to be productive members of society. So again, please make sure that you've liked, you're engaging on our video. Okay, so our first individual is a pharmacist, and their net pay is 43,000. You guys are making me so proud. The earnings I'm receiving, I'm almost starting to doubt our census stats, but they could not be inaccurate. So what I would really like is for more people to come through in this field, just to look at, where do I begin? Where will I be in 5 years? Where will I be in 10 years? Right? Just so that we paint a realistic picture. So he's a pharmacist, and his net pay is 43,178. Basic salary is 25,306 Namibian dollars. And then we have overtime. And then we have housing. The total housing here that I'm picking up is 5, 6, 7, 8,000, and the non-taxable part is 2.6. Then they have car allowance, and then they have a 6,150 for their retirement annuity. And then their tax, wow, their tax is $1,036. Namra, please do not ask me anything. The medical aid is 937. They're young. Total earnings is 45,480, and their tax is $2,300. What am I missing? Can someone tell me what am I missing here? So their net is 43,178. Let's see, what is it that they studied? Because we're like, how when I'm coming through, this is what's happening within the pharmacy world. So just a little background. I work as a pharmacist with just over a year's experience. You guys, the metallurgical engineer was 1 year, 6 months. This pharmacist, just over a year's experience. So what I'm picking up, there are really certain careers that are financially rewarding, because this is not even after years of experience. These are guys that are just entering the employment pool. So in a normal month, I take home roughly 35,000 excluding overtime. Can't touch me, will not wash dishes. With overtime, this figure does go up to about 38, 39,000. And then there's also bonuses at the end of the financial year. Love that. This is actually my starting salary after completing my 1 year internship and being fully registered as a pharmacist. The net in this payslip I've attached is higher because of tax returns, but overall, it's a pretty good income for a beginner. It is a pretty good income, full stop. Not even for a beginner. For a beginner, that's really, really great. Or maybe that's because of what I'm exposed to. So I'd like to see, what are pharmacists that have over 5 years, 10 years in the field earning. So please, if you're one of them, please come through. So if you want to go into the world of pharmacy, you have a glimpse of what the earnings look like. So that was pharmacy. Up next, let's look at nursing. So this specific nurse is in the private sector. So if you're in the public sector in nursing, please come through. So she did give a bit of a background. I'm going to read it as it is. But before that, let's look at their earnings. The net pay is 49,000. Wow. 49,032 Namibian dollars. You guys are making me so proud. I am so, so proud and also so motivated. So they have a basic salary of 27,991. Then they have the taxable and non-taxable housing, which amounts to about 1.7. Then they have Sundays and public holidays. You see this fraternity, there's no Sundays, there's no weekends, there's no public holidays. And again, guys, I take my hat off for you. And then there's overtime of 15,775. That's right, better do more overtime. And then nighttime allowance, and then food allowance, ICU allowance, transport allowance, ICU qualification, private sector coming through. Their total earnings are 67,814 Namibian dollars. And then they have tax again, somebody's salary, 15,538, and then there's social security. Orion, this pension fund. Then their net pay is 49,032 Namibian dollars. So what is it that they did? Thank you very much. They also gave us a roadmap here to show or to see exactly what it is that they studied and how many years of experience. I'm a 29-year-old registered nurse and midwife, specialized in ICU nursing in a private hospital, with 6 years of experience. Well done, specialized. And then she goes on to say, I would like to motivate fellow nurses, right? I started off with a basic of 22,000 as a registered nurse and a midwife, resigned and went to specialize in critical care / ICU. I am now working as a critical care specialist. She resigned and went to specialize. And now we're seeing the fruits of her labor, you know. So she has an honors degree in nursing sciences and a postgraduate diploma in critical care. Then she goes on to say, just to add, I encourage fellow nurses to try private hospitals and to further their studies. Example, specialize in ICU, theater tech, emergency nursing, or health services management, because in nursing, you are paid according to your qualifications. Did you know? In nursing, you are paid according to your qualifications. and experience, yes, but if you are in a private hospital, those additional qualifications, specializations get recognized and paid for. As you can see by a payslip, this ICU qualification 5,203 comes through. Well done for specializing. Then you have ICU allowance. Just on ICU, there's about 10K that she takes home. And thank you very much. I hope if you're a nurse, even if you're in public or you are studying towards nursing, this is motivating for you. 49,000, you could not pay me to wash dishes. My family members must be lucky. Hey! Because if I took home 49,000, especially because I'm also busy saving lives, you will not catch me lifting a finger. I will not do it. Medical doctor. You know, this has got to be a calling. I could never, guys. You know, I could never. I can't even look at an open wound. Now, imagine someone comes into emergency and you are the doctor that person's life is in your hands. If it were me, I would die before the person just by looking at the wounds. So doctors, medical staff, nurses, again, thank you so much. It can only be a calling, honestly. And I think you need so much grace for this type of career. So if you're looking at going to this fraternity, here is one, and thank you very much. You guys are so kind because you are really playing such a big role. Everybody that has shared, you're playing a big role in just career guidance and helping those that need it. So thank you very much. So below are the payslips of a medical doctor and profession, medical doctor. You know, if it was me, the kids, even at home, Natalia, they would have Dr. Mrs. You would not call me by my name, Kaya. Sector is the state government, Ministry of Health and Social Services, I think. Studied a Bachelor of Medicine and Surgery at UNAM. And then duration of study is 6 years, Lord. 6 years. After 6 years, you graduate. Then you do 2 years of internship. That's 8 years. With an allowance of approximately 22,000 without benefits. Oh, government. Our doctors, 8 years and you guys are giving the people 22K without benefits. I mean, please. Madam Lovindao, please. 22,000. Guys, I have been in those state hospitals and the number of patients that go through those hands, and each and every patient is treated with a due care, like diligence. To give the people 22,000 without benefits, but I think we can do a bit more. Let me not complain on behalf of the doctors, but I believe we can just do a bit more here, right? I mean, these are people that lives are dependent on them. After internship, you then become an MO. I learned the same the other day, a medical officer. And then their experience at the moment is they've completed their 2 years of internship and currently they've been employed for 6 months as a medical officer. 8 years. Guys, I will tell you about my 8 years of studying. No, well done. Let's look at the earnings. So first, intern, Ministry of Health and Social Services, and they are an intern medical officer. So basic salary is 28,000. No medical aid, nothing. Social Security 81 and tax. Woo. I don't know why I'm actually shocked. Okay, I guess you're an intern. Okay, fine. The net pay is $22,031 as an intern. I'm a bit hurt, guys. I'm hurt, but again, I don't understand. It's a no for medicine. I think, yeah, meluvindao, please, dalapona wapa. Or maybe you guys correct me. Maybe this is the correct salary. Imagine someone that is responsible for my life and they are getting 22,000. Oh, okay, but I'm sure there's an MO. I'm sure they are not left alone, they are interns. So then they went on to then, after their 2 years of internship, yeah, they became a medical officer. Okay, we're getting somewhere. 47,382 Namibian dollars. So they do have a motor allowance. Then they have a fixed overtime of 19,000. They have a basic salary of 36,000. Then we have housing allowance, subsidy, then motor allowance again. So this is 6 months within the, after becoming a medical officer. Then they have their GIPF of 2,000. So their net pay is 47,382 Namibian dollars. But as an MO, then the salary makes sense. 47,000. What I could do with the 47,000. But that 22,000, someone please educate me because I'm actually feeling a bit hurt. The amount. Perhaps this is how it's supposed to be. Yeah, so again, I would like more in this space. Doctors in the private sector, please come through. How does that work? What do the earnings look like? Pharmacy in the state hospital, please come through. Then I got in administration and other roles. Again, I will share definitely in our next video. But the next video, I want again not to neglect everybody. I'm going to do lifestyle and village, and then we'll get back to our careers and earnings, right? Please support every video like you support the career and earnings one. I really appreciate that. Thank you very much. I'll see you guys.